Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Coffee Rant with Dano. You have to hit pause on this video to get your coffee together. Have coffee with us this morning as we have some things we need to discuss. This may be a lengthy discussion. We have food shortage reports coming from a lot of our viewers and actually some of my friends and family back home in Cincinnati, Ohio. So I wanted to take the time to go over some of these so that we're all aware of what's going on and know what we need to stock up on when we see them. Some of the different sales and things like that. We want to make sure that we're picking up some of these items as we continue to see shortages of some of these in the grocery stores. So number one on this, one that we've been getting a lot of comments on, and some of these are coming from Walmart. Some great value products, and this is one we talked about for a while, with some of the great value canned vegetables. Now, we had said that, you know, maybe they're in the back, maybe they're just not many, but there has been quite a shortage and this is one that keeps popping up. A couple of my friends throughout Cincinnati have said that, yes, they're very low, not completely out, but very low, and this continues to be an issue with a lot of different store brand canned vegetables. Don't usually see an issue with Kroger, but one of my friends the other day said that they were at their Kroger and they were very low. And, you know, when we get back, we're going to be checking out some of the different stores and see what's going on. But, you know, as we go along here, you know, we need to pay attention to these things. We're seeing, apparently there's been, you know, we have that El Nino that's supposed to take hold of, from what I've gathered, the first half of 2024 here, which will be going into spring and summer seasons, which could wreak havoc on some farmers. Some getting too much rain, some getting, it seems like most is going to be a heavy drought. So I don't really know. We'll see what happens. But again, it's good to prepare on some of these items, a lot of different fruits and vegetables, any way you can preserve them. And for these kind of things, I don't know, but maybe not worry so much about the money on them. All this stuff has been going up in price. All produce seems to keep going up in price. There will be things that get a little cheaper as we go along into the seasons of them. A lot of different melons will start getting cheaper. Tomatoes should go down a little bit here. Strawberries are starting to get cheap again, or cheaper. Still more expensive than they've ever been, especially for this time of year. Now down in Florida, strawberries down here I've noticed have been very cheap. But a lot of people saying there's not as many as there usually is. They're not being flooded with them like they usually are. So I don't know. Wasn't able to get to a lot of stores down here on this trip to Florida because we flew. Next time we will probably drive and I'll be able to check out some more things. Another one that we're getting comments on, shortages of eggs. Now this is kind of funny because the prices have really skyrocketed on eggs due to a lot of different reasons. But we are, you know, I'm not surprised. Really, but it comes as a surprise that people are paying the price, or either that or they're sitting there and going bad and they're throwing them away. And that could be one of a couple different things. I'm not really too sure. I've been kind of out of the loop here for about 11, 12 days because we've been down here in Florida doing videos of our vacation and just having fun, getting away from some of the doom and gloom of things here for a little while. But, you know, let's see. Another one that people were talking about was bread. Bread and pasta seem to be, it changes, it varies from state to state. It seems like, just like we were talking a couple weeks ago, it seems like a lot of the bread and pastas are there's shortages out west. Okay, so whatever's causing that, not really too sure. Sometimes we'll have shortages of things in Cincinnati, and then in Columbus or Cleveland, they'll be full of pasta. Now, when I left, we did notice that bread, a lot of different breads were in very low supply. So I'm curious to see what that's going to look like when we get back. But for the most part, they are still getting in a lot of their store bread. However, another Walmart product, great value bread, seems to be in short supply in a lot of different Walmarts all across the country. That's probably one of the biggest ones we've gotten a lot of comments on. One thing I will say is that their bread did go up in price again. Now, it's been a few weeks, been about a month actually, since it went up another 10 cents from what it was before. Now, most people around the country were paying $1.32 for great value bread. Now it's $1.42, and I don't know. It seems like it's been a month since this has happened, though, and now we're starting to hear it going away. Usually, when stuff goes away, it comes back at a higher price, but this has been over a month, so it's something we definitely have to keep an eye on. Now, I've been hearing some people have said that they have seen Cheerios and some other products, a lot of different oats that have been in very short supply in some different places. Also, you know, if you notice these things at the store, make sure you kind of abbreviate your city and state. With a lot of those, I didn't know where to really go from, so I don't really know where to map it out at. But there's been an issue with Cheerios and Quaker Oats. There's that chlormequat. Okay, chlormequat is a chemical that they use outside of the country because you're not allowed using it inside the country here. That they use to make the wheat stand tall and grow higher, right? So it doesn't grow flat like, you know, it's probably supposed to. So there's probably something being done about this. There's been a lot of news stations that have been covering this. They've been very careful not to call an absolute recall on it. But I think, personally, I think that's what needs to be done. This is a chemical that should not be used. It was banned in the U.S. for a reason. And the fact that it's being imported into the U.S., you know, how many people know about it? I mean, it's like you go to the store, you buy Cheerios, you don't think anything's wrong with it, right? But that's another story. But that could be why a lot of it is kind of disappearing. Maybe some stores are taking it off the shelves. But from what I've seen and what I've gathered, there hasn't been a massive recall on it, which I think is coming. And, you know, let's not forget about the cinnamon products, ground cinnamon. There's a lot of different imported cinnamon, right? I know there were a lot of people on the channel saying just get cinnamon stalks and grind it yourself. I think that's a good idea. That's probably what we're going to do. Jessica loves her cinnamon toast, but when we get home, we are throwing away our Dollar Tree, which have been on recall. They have been on recall with having too much lead in the cinnamon. The levels of lead have been very high, and this comes a couple months after the Wanna applesauce packets were on a complete recall. I still don't, it's funny because we were still seeing those come in to Dollar Tree. But has that been rectified? Have they fixed that? Have they fixed the levels of lead? You know, because these things, I know, you know, some people were saying that the great value ones were still good and that they're, you know, because I know a lot of people are complaining this is one of your kids' favorite items. Okay, and yeah, it stinks, but you don't want to feed your kid a product that has a heavy amount of lead in it. You know, that's another thing. Maybe get applesauce and maybe get stalks of, you know, cinnamon and grind it up yourself. I know it's a lot of work, but hey, you know, it's safer. It's going to be healthier. But for the most part, you know, that's what you want to do. There's so many different things going on, guys. I'll tell you what, it's ridiculous. I've tried to keep up what I could. I've tried to relax a little bit being down here. But yeah, my brain's always going toward, you know, we're probably going to have a lot of stuff to talk about here when we get home. And it's hard for me to just set all that aside. But, you know, we needed a break. We needed a break. It's talking all this bad news all the time really does take a toll on the soul. But it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun hanging out with you guys down here, taking you on some of our trips throughout the theme parks and trying different foods and stuff like that. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun, but back to business. And, you know, we're going to be checking out more things. We're going to be looking at different types of stores. We're going to be doing a lot of things when we get back. You know, we're going to be doing, checking out some new things. I do plan on doing a little bit of traveling around, especially now that the weather's getting a little better. Maybe trying some different places. Maybe travel outside of Ohio a little bit to check out some different stores that you guys shop at across the country. Can't get to all of them, but, you know, it'd be nice to try out some new ones. But we'll see what happens with that. I want to get back and see what some of our main stores are looking like right now, like with Aldi. So that's another thing. Some people are saying a lot of the pasta at Aldi has been very low. Ours hasn't, but it's been a couple weeks since I've checked. So I'll be checking there. I'll be checking Walmart, some of these other places. And pasta. Pasta's been an issue at Walmart apparently as well. That's been an ongoing issue for, I have to say, a couple years. We've even seen at a lot of Walmarts where they've condensed their pasta. Ours is like, and like I said, that could be an item that's always in the back, and then they just bring it out and fill it up as they go along. But the thing with the canned goods and all this stuff, let me get up here. There's one of the lawn care guys coming. Oh, well, I'll tell you what, all this walking down in Orlando here, it's been, my knees are sore, my ankles hurt, but the coffee is still good. But yeah, we're going to keep up on all these things. You know, we want to make sure that any recalls that pop up, anything. I know some people left me a couple emails on a couple recalls that have happened. But again, I'm not going to talk about them until I've done my research. And, you know, because things can change. You know, I'm not like a news station that's going to put out stuff just to put out stuff. We're going to do the research. We're going to give it a little while. We're going to make sure that it's 100% true. Because I don't like putting out false information here. The Idiot Box, the TV or whatever, could put it out on different news stations. And then what happens? And then when something goes, when it turns out not to be true, they're not going to talk about that, right? So that's why we wait. That's why we do our research. And thank you for everyone who has been keeping up on a lot of these different recalls and shortages and price increases. I'm going to be doing another video here soon. There's a lot of things that are going up in price. I mean, it's a shame. It really is. But I mean, we just have to keep buying up the sales as we see them, right? As we see them, be mindful of the different recalls that are going on. The sad thing about a lot of these different recalls is that this is a lot of stuff that we've been preparing on, that we've been prepping for a long time. Quaker Oats, cereals, different things like this. And now we find out about these chemicals in them. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I don't even know where to look. Where on the, I'll have to check one of my thing at Quaker Oats when I get home with the chlormequat. Right? Because until the point of, hey, we need to throw this away, I don't recommend eating it. I wouldn't. But at the same time, you don't want to throw it away until it's, wait till the all clear. Wait till the all clear and then make that decision. I don't want to throw stuff away that I've been stocking up on for a long time. It's a waste of money. And there's one thing I don't do in this world is waste money. There's been a lot of people saying me and Jessica wasting money down here. You know what? We work our tails off to be able to do these things. I prepare, I'm stocked up, I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever comes our way, and to be able to do this and enjoy ourselves, and I'm sorry, some people were saying that we're bragging about this. You know what? We're just down here having fun. We're down here having fun. This is a vacation. I've treated it like a business. I've tried to take all of you guys along with us so that you can enjoy some of the sights and everything too. There's going to be negative people no matter what you do. I can't please everybody, but thank you to everyone who has enjoyed our trip down here. I've tried to make it a great adventure for not only us, but you as well. And if you haven't seen any of our stay down here in Orlando, check it out. You may agree, you may disagree, but nonetheless, we have had a magical time. It has been awesome. Weather today is actually kind of chilly. It is 57 degrees out here right now. I came out this morning for a little while. It was 56 degrees with no sun. Was very cold here in Orlando, Florida. I couldn't believe it. It's supposed to get up to 71, so still, I'll take it because it's been in the mid 80s the last couple days. But anyway, guys, just wanted to, I'm sure there's probably one or two that I'm missing, but as we go along, make sure you leave in the comments anything you're seeing disappear off the shelves. Canned goods have been an issue for a while. They really have. Store brand canned goods. Okay, places like, people like Del Monte, canned goods like Del Monte, Fresh Like. Now Green Giant's one that we see disappear all the time. I almost thought they were going out of business for a while, and then I'll see like flats of corn, but not much. Green Giant, I don't know. They may be on the way out. Maybe they can't keep up. I don't know, but a lot of, and there's a lot of store brands that I would actually pick over Green Giant. Most of you out there know we like Del Monte, but we buy them at like Sam's Club or Costco, where we get them for $1 a can or less. I stocked up when they were $5.68 at Sam's Club. I mean, that was a good deal. That was a great deal for a pack, for, you know, a was it 8-pack of them. So definitely a good deal there. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got today, guys. Just keep your head on a swivel. Keep stocking up on the sales as you see them. Keep your eyes open on everything going on. Everything going on. Check, you know, I know there were some people that were talking about the different banks. We may go into that at some point. You know, just make sure you're keeping an eye on your bank account. Make sure you have, you know, this is just me, but, you know, might be a good idea to, you know, have a little bit of cash out just in case something happens. You know, you've got at least enough to get by until it gets cleared. But I don't know. It seems like, you know, because we had an issue, it wasn't really as big of an issue as, you know, we originally thought. You know, when something like that happens, if you haven't seen that video, the stuff that happened when we got to the hotel here, our cards were getting declined. It was a crazy thing, but apparently it was just traveling and all that stuff. So that was a sigh of relief after that, because I'll tell you what, that was kind of scary. But I'll tell you what, it's always good to, I was happy that I brought some cash, you know, and somebody was sending, you know, traveler's checks. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's still a thing. You know, you can always go different places. You can go to a Walmart or something, work out some kind of wire transfer or something. You know, there's all kinds of things people were talking about. I don't know if it's something I would do, but either way, we got a lot to talk about here in the upcoming weeks. We have things that are going on, so make sure you stick around for the coffee rants and our store videos as we travel to try and help find you the best prices possible and keep you in the know of everything going on. All the real news you can stand here from Dano. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.